Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Lizzy Co. reporting to you from the greater Boston area. It's a lovely sunny afternoon, and I have my first open mic coming up tonight, so I thought I would take this opportunity to read to you a little bit to get some of the nervousness out and just work it out a little bit beforehand. So here we go. So this is from my book titled Give It a Home. I'm currently migrating it from Amazon, which I know is a bummer, over to Barnes & Noble Press. So that should be ready later on in the month or maybe next month. So I'll keep you posted about that. But this is Chapter 3, titled Dating Didn't Help. Now what? Number 1. Sunrise. When there feels like there will be no sunrise, remember you will always be okay. When you cannot clear the dust from your eyes, remember that your strong feet know the way. When gravity feels like it has a grudge, remember how you used to walk so light. When all you need is one long, warming hug, remember you no longer need to fight. When you feel like you just can't stand yourself, remember that it's okay to sit down. When everything is on the highest shelf, remember that a ladder is allowed. When your mind cannot puzzle what to do, remember, I will come to be with you. 2. Little Spider. I spun a thread of luck, twisted it tight, arranged it in a web with my strong hands, so in the dark dissociated night I'd have a sturdy softened place to land. Oh, little spider, rest your weary paws. Did you know they have sweet soft kitten feet? You followed every letter of the law. You did your best, but sometimes you get beat. That's not today, sweet spider babe. Hell no. This day your web will hold you safe and sound. You have the space and energy to grow. You find yourself so high above the ground. To wake from sleep and open all 8 eyes. Exhausting, scary, validating, wild. 3. Easier. My life seems to be getting easier. I'm getting more skilled at accepting help. These two concepts, they collude, that's for sure. I used to rely only on myself. Earlier in my life, that way made sense. I wanted to be cooperative, but my caregivers were incompetent, and I was just trying to fucking live. Things worked better alone for a while, true, compared to harmful influences, sure. But some time passed, I started to feel blue, and I began to crave a little more. Deep breath, reach out, and try it all again. Surely someone in this world is a friend. 4. I choose. I choose a bad day. Clouds gather at will. When I look for misery, it finds me. Gather a mighty wind that gives a thrill. Use it to scare the storm away with glee. I choose a good day. The filter snaps on. I notice only things that bring me joy. Had to grow new organs, took me real long, but now I digest things that would destroy. I choose what kind of day I'm gonna get. I think you'll find the same is true for you. If you look for something, well then I bet that people will do what you think they'll do. I choose, that is the burden and the gift. I lose when I think agency is a grift. 5. The honey and the knife. Graze knife over steel, dip it in honey. The sharpest blade requires some sweetener. The sugar doesn't mind the edge, you see. It flows around over between under. The reason you don't hone honey dippers is that they're all about the rough, the grip. So many edges, fingerprints, sugar. Dippers need grain or the honey will slip. Knives dreaming too long in honey won't slice. They have to find a new way in the world. Some do not care, the honey feels too nice. Sometimes you give it all up for a girl. A knife so crystallized has made a choice. When it stays still, it raises sharpened voice. 6. Properly spent. To play the violin requires distance. Up close, a rasping whisper in your face. The horsehair of the string, it takes a chance. It trusts that it will reach its proper place. The edges of the sound are rough and raw. Do not be fooled by mixing board magic. The violin will allow you to draw so close if you accept what is ragged. The violin can harmonize alone, though it sounds gorgeous with some company. It can find acceptance within its tone and without from those hands that know to please. So draw the bow, but only with intent. The sweetest sound is time properly spent. 7. Hope. Hope is a quiet curiosity. It pads into your room on kitten toes. It settles itself down beside your feet. When you're ready, it will share what it knows. Hope thinks you might not trust it to be real. That's why its claw sometimes gives you a scratch. It wants you to know you're able to feel. That is the glory of life and the catch. Hope cannot root itself in ruined earth. To pour foundation, stones must be removed. Know this work is the kind that shows your worth, to you, that is, to whom it should be proved. Hope is beating a sword into a plow. It's working hard to let your heart allow. Eight, to-do list. My task of late has been to choose substance. Oh, hey, Seamus, how's it going? To over and over again appear, to trust others to hold me in this dance, to stay when others say they want me near. A ghost can learn a solid way of life, with time and help and patience and mistakes. Ethereal creature, I am no wife. No love ever thought I had what it takes. A phantom woman can claim solid form. She just needs proper resources, that's all. A life given a chance can become warm. I always get back up each time I fall. The to-do list is long, it never ends, but it's easier when I'm held by friends. 9. Brakes. I hit my brakes so many miles ago. I bore down hard, beheld the angry sparks. The passengers climbed out escape windows. They took their luggage and retrieved their hearts. My brakes can't grip at first. They need some time, some track to figure out what's going on. Always slow, even way back in their prime, and now they waken loudly with a yawn. What happens in the space between action and reaction? A processing occurs. A stillness in the motion of passion. The line between before and after blurs. Slam that stainless steel pedal to the floor and hang onto the handle of the door. 10. Serpent. And for those of you just joining, this is from my book, Give It a Home. Soon to be out on Barnes & Noble Press. Stay tuned sometime in April. This is number 10 from chapter 3. Serpent. The serpent slips between the garden rows. She slithers here and there, all forking tongue. She tastes the air where the sweet berries grow. Where mice smell the serpent, little feet run. She shines beneath the rays of sinking blaze, all thick ropes, coils of muscle memory. She craves a stone where she can spend her days, a boulder holding sun for her beneath. Black as dilated pupils, her fine scales reveal nothing. Is she poison or safe? The whole town knows that dead men tell no tales. If you wish to approach, you trust your fate. The serpent rests patiently in the dirt. She's curious. You here to fight or flirt? 11. Job searches. A man curls over latte in the news. Job searches for another man to be. That seeker of biblical proportions grew too restless in his life. He had to flee. Man, I really wrote a hard line to say out loud there. That is a very tough one. Surrounding, crowds combined, vibrant strangers. So bubbles, converging, becoming one. Press in, come close, watch as curves rearrange. Choose carefully, it cannot be undone. The pages turn, Joe breaks them with his eyes. One column, then the next, each line in turn. He knows just what he seeks, but where to find? A finished paper's only good to burn. If he would simply raise his eyes to see, perhaps he would decide to notice me. 12. Litany. Let each of us have dignity at least. Let us feel worthy, loved, human, and whole. Let us have ready shelter from the beasts who seek to consume us, body and soul. Let each of us feel safe inside ourselves. Let us find what we seek when we reach out. Let us grow spreading wings of ringing bells and visit those far shores we read about. Let us land softly where our feet alight. Let us find solid, floral, fertile ground. Let us warm our hands in syrup sunshine, feel where we will someday come back around. A person who is given what they need will find a way to give back what they seek. 13. Black and blue. Out for a walk, I notice wind pick up. It kisses the left side of my sweet face. I glance that way, black cloud wall, ragged rough. The opposite direction, pale blue grace. I think I have some time before the rain. I grew up in the country, after all. One thing you learn to tell if you have brains, just how long it will be before drops fall. I settle at the park to write some words, the ones you're reading now, to be exact. Some little kids play nearby, tiny blurs. Their minds are filled with feelings, dreams, and facts. A roaming raindrop cozies with my phone. I guess I better pack up, head for home. 14. Wooden wheel. A year compressed into a single day. A loss, and then another loss. I cannot stress enough, I'll be okay, though lately my poor ship's been getting tossed. The test, the question, cling tight or let go. A wooden wheel strains hard against the waves. The fish would tell me to join them below. The birds would say the air is where I'm saved. The lesson hurts a little less each time, but questions, they get mean when confronted. If wishing on a star is made a crime, show me on America's Most Wanted. A mermaid throws tresses over shoulder, advises me to act a bit bolder. 15. Revolutionary. I burned the village where we were captive, the handcuffs tossed in the cauldron to melt. Threw my chains in there too, couldn't help it. You would agree if you knew how I felt. Turn your eyes to the town celebrating, a crowd of prisoners all now released. If you feel trapped, you best get escaping. I didn't kill these guards only for me. Alarms are singing out, they harmonize. Don't worry, I'll shut down the power grid. Just focus on yourself and your own flight. I'll deal with the authorities' bullshit. Look at these wings, this face, I'm not afraid. I'll take the heat. Get out, get yours, get paid. So that was chapter 3 from my poetry book. It's 100 sonnets about a ridiculously tough year in my life. And I hope you look for it on Barnes & Noble Press when that comes out. I have one more poem to share with you today. It's one that I'm going to be sharing at an open mic tonight, and I'm really excited about that. So it's a bit different than the sonnets that I just read to you. This one is more of a free verse style. And this one is titled, Your Pack. What kind of creature are you? Sang the squirrel from its tree as it peered down through long branches and got a look at me. One eye cocked my way, all white rimmed. For a moment, I'm 13, intent in the bathroom mirror, clumsy middle school eyeliner. Whatever did I need to brighten those sweet peepers for? I had never been more new, more eager to be the beauty, more pure in my youth. Oh, squirrel, I wish I could say, but I do not know myself. Although I can tell you this, these days, I don't want to be one of those people who runs their body into the ground, then asks anybody who's around for a sash to mark their sacrifice just so that they can make their abusers proud. Gray Squirrel pondered, stroked bushy tail as one might a fine mustache. If you don't want to be people, you could be one of us, they said. The animals I know are happy, and humans ache in ways I do not understand. They spend so much of each day worrying over things that never come to pass, pacing the floor, making and unmaking plans, staring into the glass. What an ask to change my very wiring. What creature should I be, little friend? I hear the sparrow choir is hiring. Would they have me without wings, just strong arms that bend? I hear the mice are kind. They make good soup in the winter. Do you think their kitchen needs a pair of hands like mine? Perhaps the swans would adopt me. I hear they excel at interspecies friendship, give hugs with their necks, and their feathers, oh, how they shine. Gray squirrel showed me their other side, all shocking milky white. You look like the wolves I know, the ones who live nearby. You hold yourself the same way, and you're built for the snow. Just be the creature that you are. Your pack will find you in its time. So, once again, that was titled Your Pack. If you subscribe to my Substack, you will likely see a version of that in your email sometime in the future. I really appreciate everyone who joined for this short afternoon poetry reading. If anyone lives in the Boston area and wants to come down to the Cantab Lounge tonight at 8, there is a poetry open mic that I'll be hopefully getting on stage for if I can get there early enough to sign up for it. So keep your fingers crossed for me, and once again, thank you so much for listening to me today. Have a good afternoon.